Earth has a gravitational force on me. It pulls me towards it. That's the weight force which we've talked about. How about if you go up in space? If you go up in space, you feel weightless. But that doesn't mean that there's no gravity. The gravitational force is very much at work, as we'll see. If you're on the International Space Station, you are going in a circle. The space station goes in a circular orbit around the center of the Earth. So there must be a force directed towards the center of the circle. And what, physically, is the force directed towards the center of the circle that causes the space station to execute this circular orbit? We'll give you some choices. Well, if you're in space, there's precisely one force which is at work. And the force that's at work is the force of gravity between you and the Earth. And so it's the gravitational force directed towards the center of the circle, towards the center of the Earth, that causes the space station to go in orbit. And so Newton's law of gravity, which we talk about in the last part of Chapter 6, is also responsible for producing the circular orbits of things like space stations, but also, farther afield, the Moon, which orbits the Earth, or the Earth, which orbits the Sun. It's the gravitational force that causes those orbits to take place. But how do you feel? If you're on the space station, there's exactly one force at work. And so there's no normal force. There's no contact forces between you and the station. You are in free fall, and so is the station and everything else on the station. So how do you feel? You feel weightless. But you aren't weightless. It's that gravitational force that's making you go in a circle. So there's a gravitational force at work. It's the gravitational force that's keeping the space station going in a circle, but the passengers don't feel that. In fact, what they feel is weightless.